What's that? We're live? Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. We are finally here with Roving Island World Tour 2 this evening. We sincerely apologize to all the viewers who have been waiting for the racing action on our scheduled time frame here. We had a massive technical difficulty, some kind of failure here at Road Atlanta this evening, but huge shout out to our technical gurus here. They worked out some wizardry for us here tonight, and they got us finally up on the big screen. So welcome in, everybody. This is Pro-Am class round 2 Road Atlanta, and unfortunately, as you can see on the screen, we are just starting lap 9. So definitely a huge difficulty here, but let's get this race going. So let's get you caught up here. Qualifying was super close, and we'll bring that up here when we get a chance. But currently right now it is ATB leading the way here in the race. It's THG Sticky Bandit here in second place, and those two drivers had an absolutely cracking battle here at the beginning of the race. So we'll get all that action caught up to everybody here at some point after the broadcast. We'll get those first 9 laps of the race sent out there so everybody can catch up on what we missed here. But let's keep going here. We got TT Fast Ginger here in 3rd place. We got Agent Orange from VPR Racing here in 4th. We got ATK Motorsports Death in 5th. He had a spin right at the beginning of the race, and he's made his way back up to 5th place here. So good driving here by Death so far. We have Miguel here in 6th place from VPR. We've got in his debut today, VPR Shredda in 7th place. We've got Rad Nolander in 8th. We've got Trone Kobe here in 9th, and we've got Lucky Alpha in 10th. The qualifying session was absolutely insane, everybody, as well. I'm not gonna lie, it was like splitting hairs between the 10 drivers. 1st to 10th place, I believe, was a second, a little over a second separating, but the top 7 were extremely close. So let's move to our 7th place driver. I want to introduce everybody here for Victory Pace Racing's Shredda 84. Just qualified in earlier this week here and found himself in about the lower mid part of the Pro-Am lobby after qualifying. So he is in his racing debut here, and he's opted to go with the McLaren 650S for his car choice for the season. So starting here in round 2, but definitely looking good so far here on the racetrack. But it is Apex Sim Racing's ATB so far, leading the charge here. The Humble Guy Sticky Bandit here with a track limit infraction right there, and a half-second track limit penalty. And sitting on that Racing medium tire here right now, we've got TT's Fast Ginger in 3rd place, sitting on that tire as well. We've got Agent Orange on the medium tire here in 4th place. These are the tires that all the drivers did start on. We have ATK's Death here in 5th. We've got Miguel in 6th. We've got VPI Shredda here in 7th. Noted Miguel's on the soft tire there as well, ladies and gentlemen. We have Rad Nolander here in 8th, and he is on some pretty hurt in the soft tires and a little bit of front aero damage there as well. So I'm not sure where that came from. I missed that as we were trying to sort out the technical issue here. We have Tron Kobe here in 9th, and we've got Lucky Alpha in 10th position. So I'm the host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, family-friendly broadcast. And again, I deeply apologize to everybody for the delay on the broadcast, but well, better to get some racing action than no live racing action is the way I see it. So we're here, and we'll kick this thing off, and then, like I said, we'll have the first 9 laps of the race that everybody missed up on our YouTube and probably the Facebook channel as well, either this evening or tomorrow at some point. So starting here on lap 10 as we're live, and wow, that was fun. That was a good one. We are all stressed out here at the racetrack, but ATB's not stressed right now, sitting here in 9.6 seconds up in the lead right now, but again on a tire advantage from the chasing pack. Sticky Bandit here in 2nd place, and he's got Fast Ginger closing in here in 3rd place. 1.4 seconds is the gap. Agent Orange is right there, 2.5 seconds in behind Fast Ginger, trying to close down the gap here as well. We got ATK Death here in 5th position. We got Miguel here in 6th. We got VPR Shredda 84 in 7th. We've got Team Rad Nolander and Founder here in 8th position. We got Tron Kobe in 9th, and we got Lucky Alpha coming in for the first pit stop of the race. So we're going to most likely see 2-stop strategies here. We've seen 2-stop strategies in the AM class, and we've seen 2-stop strategies in the Pro class as well. So we will most likely see the same thing here from our Pro-Am class as well today. Not quite the huge 12-minute start of the race battle like we saw last week at Brands Hatch, but still some good battling happened early on in the race, and it's unfortunate that we missed that live here tonight, but that's all right. There'll be an extra video out there for everybody to catch up on that. And like I said, here in the next 24 hours. So it's THD Sticky Bandit here in 2nd place. We got Agent Orange in 3rd. We've got ATK's Death in 4th. We got Shredda in 5th. We got Tron Kobe in 6th. Miguel now in pit lane. We're Team Rad's Nolander now in pit lane. And Fast Ginger now leaving pit lane. So ATV's still out, and he's moving right now. Alright, we got all the fans coming in. We appreciate all the reactions on the stream, the likes, the shares as well. We're going to stick to the racing action here right now, ladies and gentlemen, as of course we've missed, well, about the first 12 minutes of the race, something like that. Alright, but it is THG Sticky Bandit here in 2nd place. We got Agent Orange in 3rd. We got ATK Death in 4th. We got Shredda here in 5th. We got Tron Kobe in 6th. We got Fast Ginger in 7th. We got Miguel in 8th. We've got Nolander here in 9th. We've got Lucky Alpha here in a 10th position. So we're missing 3 of our drivers here tonight. 1 driver didn't make it out of the paddock here today. So Pete Snow not making it out of the paddock here today, and the other 3 drivers not scheduled to be at the track this week of racing. We have Sticky Bandit here in 2nd place. We have Agent Orange here in 3rd. We've got ATK's Death in 4th. And it is a flag. Man's waving a blue flag for some reason there. Not sure. Big sparks coming from that Mercedes as he comes up in through the S's here. I think we just lost a driver. Alright, so it's ATB here in 1st, is Sticky in 2nd, is Agent Orange in 3rd, is Shredda in 4th, is Tron in 5th, Ginger in 6th, Miguel in 7th, Nolander in 8th, and Lucky in 9th. I think it was Shredda. I think we lost Shredda. Nope, he's still there. Alright, well, we have lost 1 of our competitors here. Lucky Alpha? Might be Lucky Alpha? No, Lucky Alpha's still here. Interesting. Alright. We got Sticky Bandit here in 2nd position. We got Agent Orange in 3rd. We've got Shredda in 4th. We got Tron in 5th. We got Ginger in 6th. We got Miguel here in 7th. We got Nolander in 8th. And we got Lucky Alpha here in 9th. can't figure out who the other driver is right off the top of my head here at the moment. Yeah, just can't figure it out. It's been a hectic night. So far, but it is ATV leading away 11 seconds. So Sticky Band is still out on track here as well in second place. Agent Orange has opted to come into pit lane here from third place. Shred is going to go through. That's going to give him third place here now as he comes through. We got Drone following here in fourth place as well. We got Agent Orange still sitting in pit lane. I think it was Death. And we're missing the ATK Motorsports driver here. That's who it was. Alright, so ATK Death DCing from the race. I think it was about lap 11 or 12 there. We got Team Rad's Nolander here in 8th and Lucky Alpha in 9th. It sucks to have that disconnect, but the way we roll it here is, of course, that driver will get last place points, and in the case of this week's round, that's still going to be a 10th place finish for that driver. Obviously not ideal as he was in 5th place there battling, but it is what it is, and we just continue racing. Sticky Bandit coming into pit lane here now, and then a little bit of a dicey pit lane entry. They're really trying to make sure he doesn't cut across that line and get that penalty. Nobody wants the 3-second penalty from race control. We got Shredda here in 3rd position. We've got Drone here in 4th. We've got Fast Ginger in 5th. We've got Agent Orange here in 6th. We got Miguel in 7th. We've got Rad Nolander in 8th. And Lucky Alpha in 9th position, and ATK Death retired with a disconnect, I do believe, here in 10th position. So ATB, now it's going to be interesting to see what it is. It's 36 seconds to the second place driver who has not pit yet. Drone here in 3rd has not pit yet either, and potentially maybe those two on a alternative strategy potentially here as well, as they seem a little off the pace for 3rd and 4th place. But ATB, I'm assuming, is going to be coming into pit lane this time or next. Fuel may go another lap, but too much of an overcut here isn't going to pay him any dividends. So he is starting, of course, on the soft tire in this race, and that means he's going to have to manage the gap depending on what compound of tire it is that he opts to take here in his second run in this 50-minute endurance race here tonight. So the drivers do have to use the racing medium and the racing soft tire here, and we're seeing some tire compound changes being made right now. Our leader in pit lane, so that leaves Tron Kobe here in 2nd place. Now Shredda has fallen back to Tron there. Let's see if we could catch what happened there. Oh, we just missed it. Alright, so looks like Tron just got around Shredda there, and let's see if he can leapfrog ATB here. So we've seen about 40 or 45 second pit stops, I think, last night in the pro class, if I remember correctly. We got Tron coming into pit lane, so Shredda is going to continue to go around the racetrack here and maybe potentially attempting a 1 stop. He's only got 4 more minutes to go, so interesting to see if he can pull it off here. Okay, so ATB is coming out here. You're currently sitting in 2nd place. Where's Sticky? He went in a lap earlier, and he was 11 seconds in behind ATB before ATB or Sticky Bandit made his first stop here. So let's see what that time gap is now as ATB comes out. It is at about 8.99 seconds. So he gained about 2.5, 3 seconds there with that extra lap on those racing soft tires. ATB comes out on the medium tire here in this stint. So it'll be interesting to see if Sticky catches up to him now. Being on the soft tire this time around. We have TT's Fast Ginger here in 4th place, and he's 1.8 seconds in behind Sticky Bandit. We got Agent Orange in 5th place here as well, 7 seconds the gap there. We have Miguel here in 6th with Nolander chasing here in 7th, and a little bit of a slide there with that BMW. Ooh, I think he had a moment there. And yeah, he's got to pick some damage up there. So dirty air and a slippery racetrack there, and he found himself nose first into the wall there. Having a quick little chat with Barry R there real quick. Alright, so it's Lucky Alpha here in 9th place currently. Let's go Nolander, keep it smooth and steady. Hashtag Team Rad. I'm sorry, Death. I'm sorry, my guy. Alright, so we do have Shredda making that pit stop here, and he's going to fall just short of the halfway mark of that race. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-stop here as well. Blue flag came up at the start of the lap, and DC when I came through T1. It's open to anyone, Joshua. Open to anyone. You just have to jump into the GT45 Gaming Discord. You gotta go through the process of qualifying and registration. We'll set aside a qualifying time for you and qualify you. And if there's a full-time spot available, you become a full-time driver right away. And if there's no full-time spots available, you become on the reserve list. So if you get called in for a week's worth of racing, you will earn your own points. You're not actually earning points for the driver missing. You're earning your own championship points. So it is open to everybody of all skill levels. That's why we have the multiple classes. This is our Pro-Am class, so it's our mid-skill level here this season. Alright, so ATB, let's get back out to our TV cruise here. It's got 6.7 seconds of Sticky Bandit. Sticky Bandit's closing in very, very quick. We have Fast Ginger here in third place as well. How's it going, John? Yeah, I see you up in there. We got Agent Orange here in fourth. We got Miguel in fifth. We've got Nolander here now in sixth. So he's got some damage on that race car, and he hasn't opted to fix it currently. We'll have to wait and see how long he's going to fight it out here. Oh, he did fix it. Did it go away? Alright, we definitely have a little bit of a live timing bug. Hey, let's go Sticky. Let's go Fast Ginger. Can join. Can, not can't, can. ATB is in the lead here. We got Sticky Bandit in second place. We got Fast Ginger here in third. We got Agent Orange in fourth. Miguel in fifth. We got Nolander here in sixth. He is some front arrow and right suspension damage. So the game is just taunting us a little bit there and giving us some false information there. We have Trone Kobe. He is absolutely closing in quickly here in this McLaren in seventh place. And with that damage, I don't know if the BMW is going to be able to hold the top speed down this back straight and hold Trone off before the chicane 10A and 10B here on Road Atlanta. So you can see it's quite dark out. It's going to be about 9-10 o'clock in the evening here now, based off our time multiplier right now on the track. This makes you happy? Well, we're glad to hear it, my dude. Just bear with. We'll get you a Discord link in the pinned comments so you can find the server. Alright, so Trone Kobe getting the job done there on Nolander. We've got Shredda here in 8th, and we've got Lucky in 9th position. But ATB, unfortunately, we missed all the good early on battling here at the beginning of this race due to technical difficulties. But right now the race has just settled into that mid-race kind of part of the endurance race. Everybody's settling into their pit strategies. They're trying to maintain and close gaps and try not to make the big mistake. We have Fast Ginger here in third. We've got Agent Orange in fourth. He's lost only about 0.2 of a second off Fast Ginger in the last 3 or 4 laps here. So again, just equally paced drivers, just slightly spread out. And pit strategy might be spreading those drivers out a little bit as well, depending on how much fuel they're taking during their pit stops. If they're taking tires, will determine on how long, of course, that pit stop is above and beyond what it takes to drive in and out of pit lane. Yeah, that's right. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. Things definitely happen. Alright, Sticky Bandit here in second position. We got Fast Ginger in third. We got Agent Orange in fourth. We got Miguel here in fifth. We got Trone in sixth. We got Nolander in seventh. We got Shredda in eighth. We got Alpha here in ninth position. And a half-second track limit penalty here for this driver. But they're sitting right there, just off the back of these guys, a group of guys here right now. But it is ATB leading the charge here in first position. And is Nolander, the fastest man on the track, with a 1:18.441 as well. So Sticky Bandit here charging in second place, closing the gap, losing a little, giving a little, but he's gaining definitely more than he's losing on ATB up in front. Now ATB's on the medium, and Sticky's on the soft tire now as well, so that soft tire should be able to catch that driver on the medium tire for a duration until those tires start to fall off. Once those tires start to wear down a little bit, then it might be a little bit tougher to reel that medium tire driver in, but pretty good job at trying to close the gap here. Fast Ginger losing a little bit of pace here on Fast Ginger in third place. In second place, sorry, is currently sitting in third. We've got Agent Orange here in 4th position, Miguel here in 5th. We've got Trone, a little bit of damage on Miguel's car there as well, I see. We have Trone here in 6th place. We've got Rad Nolander in 7th. Oof, and eating a whole lot of that curb there as he was coming through the corner there, but BMW is a heavy car, so it settled back down, and he continues on up the road there. We got Shredder here in 8th position in his debut, and we got Lucky Alpha here in 9th position. And I got to put the driver in a Dave Vogt award. You don't really have a whole lot to go off of here today, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, my apologies on that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll hold off the driver of the day vote this week, and we'll do double votes next week in the dual sprint race setup from Bathurst. I'll sit on that for a minute. He is catching up. It's going to be a spicy final stint. Yeah, both drivers should be on the same tire compound as well, we would suspect. So you're not wrong there, Larry. 3.3 seconds now the gap. We got Sticky here in second. 6.3 seconds on Fast Ginger. So he's continues to open up the gap here more and more on Ginger. I think Ginger had a little moment right there as Agent Orange is closing up here real quick as well. So I think a little mistake was made there by a 3rd place driver. Now that's going to allow the VPR driver to really start to close in here. And you can see Fast Ginger as he comes up this long back stretch here. Just going into 10A and 10B, and Agent Orange now entering 10A and 10B. And where is Ginger at the moment? As soon as I find the right buttons here. It's just coming down the hill into turn 12, and then of course we see Agent Orange just at the top of the hill as he's coming down the hill here. So Agent Orange on the hunt for a Fast Ginger here right now. We got Miguel in 5th place. We got Tyrone here in 6th. Nolander in 7th. We got Shredda in 8th position, and Alpha in 9th. Alpha's doing good. He's hanging in there. He's hanging in there. Alright, ATB is very quickly losing ground on Sticky Bandit currently chasing, and I think we're going to stick with this here for just a moment, but we do need to keep an eye on that 3rd and 4th place battle as well, and then there's, I believe, a battle in 7th and 8th position developing as well, so got a couple of juicy little ongoings happening around Road Atlanta here today. Hey, yeah, VPR on the move. Alright, so 2.2 seconds is the gap. It's closing, and then it's not closing, and then it's closing, and then it's not closing. So, again, ATB's doing a pretty good job of managing the gap here on the 2nd place driver right now, but Sticky Bandit is sending it, and it's just going to be a matter of time, I think, before those soft tires start to show their prowess. But Fast Ginger here in 3rd place, and he's got 12 seconds to the leader here right now. We have Agent Orange here in 4th position. We got Miguel in 5th, Trone in 6th, Shredda in 7th. We got Nolander here in 8th. And he was gaining a little bit there on Shredder, but I see some more suspension damage on the front end of that BMW, so he must have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble there, and just fell back off the pace a little bit. So it is ATB charging, and this is not an easy drive for him. He can see those headlights in that rearview mirror as he continues to go around the racetrack here, so it's coming. Sticky sending it here. We got Ginger here in 3rd place, and he's just lost a little bit of the pace on the 2 drivers up in front right now, but his worry is this gentleman right here from VPR Racing, Mr. Agent Orange. He is tracking here, and it's about 3.1 seconds, so they give a little, take a little, give a little, take a little with each other here right now as well as they go around the track. Miguel, 5th place, he's chilling right now. He's got 15 seconds to Orange in front, but Tyrone Kobe's there lingering. He's not chilling. I take it all back. Tyrone Kobe's prowling in behind here as well in 6th place, and he is gaining on Miguel here. Let's stick with Tyrone Kobe here for a minute as they come down this very long back stretch into, well, the final 4 corners, I guess, technically, of the racetrack, so the final sector in a sense. And Tyrone just not quite able to close up the gap here, but still at a second here right now as they come up through 10B and into turn 11, and turn 11 can be a dicey corner, especially as the tires start to wear down. The cars get a little bit light, they lose a little bit of traction, and it can be game over. We've seen it a couple times this week throughout our racing in our pro class and our AM class as well. Mondays and Tuesday we've seen a couple of spicy moments on the top of that hill, so we still have, well, 17 minutes and 45 seconds of racing left here tonight from our Pro-Am class, and well, there's still lots of time to see that hill bite one of our drivers here tonight as well, if it hasn't already. So it is TT Fast Ginger here in 3rd position. It's Agent Orange here in 4th. We got Miguel here in 5th, and boy, he's under fire now as drone is on the back door. He's going to take a look inside. Miguel's going to go defensive here. He's going to force drone to the outside, and he is absolutely just going to park that car right there on the apex of the corner. And Drone's just going to sit in behind here for the time being. Let's jump on board with Drone here as he tries to get the job done here on that GTR. So it is a GTR versus a McLaren 650 here right now, and fairly equally matched cars on the straightaway it looks like here. He's not gaining, but he's not losing either. So let's see which line each driver opts to take with you. Is Drone going to make the move going in? He's just going to settle in. He's going to stick that nose in a little bit left side, get some clean air so it turns the way he wants. And he's going to try and get a run here, and it looks like Miguel's going to come into pit lane. You can see him pull over to the right hand side there. That's a great job there by Miguel to let Drone know that, hey, I'm going to head into the pit lane here, don't follow me through. So absolute great job by these drivers. We did go over that in the driver's briefing here all week long with all our classes, and if they are going to pit here just because of where pit lane entrance and the nature of the racetrack is, to try and stick to the right side of that turn 11 there. And that was a great job by Miguel to show exactly how we do that. So it is 1.5 seconds here now from our race leader to our 2nd place driver, and they are closing in on Lucky Alpha a little bit here. I think in it's not Alpha in 8th place here. We have another driver in 9th place currently at the moment with a pit stop. Maybe Nolander fixing up some damage here, but it's ATB currently running up the hill, and Sticky Band is still closing him in bit by bit, but he's not getting the big gains that he was early on in the stint. You can see the soft tires really starting to wear down a little bit, and those medium tires looking quite good on that GTR up in front. We have Ginger here. He's going to make his 2nd pit stop here, so he's going to be looking for an undercut here. I think we've seen 36 or 37 laps from the pros last night, so he's coming in at lap 25. So he's going to be pushing a pretty big stint there, maybe going on the medium tires. We got Agent Orange following him in. Trone Kobe, what is he going to do as he comes up the hill here? He's got 16 seconds to 4th place Agent Orange currently right now, and he's going to stay out, so he's not ready to come in yet. He's going to go for an overcut type style strategy here. Looks like he's got about enough fuel for 1, maybe 2 more laps in that McLaren. We got Shredder here. He is doing pretty good on fuel. He pit a couple laps ago, if I'm not mistaken. We have Miguel here in 7th place, and he's getting that blue flag wave. ATB is closing in on him there, so it's Nolander currently sitting in 8th, and Lucky Alpha here in 9th position. How's it going, Dane? Oh, isn't that lovely? There's some excitement when you're least expecting it, hey? Thank you, kitty cat. Appreciate the old cat and mouse play in the bedroom. Alright, ATB's got 3.7 seconds. Sticky Band is coming into pit lane, so again, working on an undercut strategy here. ATB, he can go for, well, a little while longer yet. It looks like he's got a decent amount of fuel, and those tires are definitely not screaming at him right now. We have Sticky Bandit in 2nd. We got Drone Kobe here in 3rd place right now. Shredda in 4th. We got Ginger in 5th. We got Orange in 6th. We've got Miguel in 7th position. We got Nolander in 8th, and Lucky Alpha in 9th place. He's just still hanging in there, just 14 seconds off that next driver there. So he's been doing good at maintaining his pace here tonight as he's been going around the racetrack. And again, a new driver here this season, so we love to see it. Yeah, fair enough, Dane. Fair enough. Alright, so ATB is leading the charge here from Apex Sim Racing, and he got an early lead right at the beginning of the race. Sticky Bandit battled him very early on, got around him, and then ATB found his way back around Sticky Bandit, and it's kind of been sitting that way ever since. The Sticky Bandit trying to find just a little bit more pace in that Lexus to find his way around ATB up in the lead of the race. We have Shredda here in 3rd place. Fast Ginger is hot on his case here right now, so Shredder's on a little bit older tires, but they still look like they're in really good shape, so we might have a good McLaren versus McLaren battle developing between third and fourth place driver there. Ginger gets to run, and he is going to get around, so it looked like Shredder just moved out of the way there as he realized that there was a tire difference there, and he just let Ginger absolutely zip around there, so good play to Shredder, and he's going to tuck in behind, but he's now got Agent Orange coming in behind here as well, so Orange is trying to been chasing Ginger down all night long. He's signaling for Orange to go around there. Let's see if Orange takes advantage of. You can still see him. You can still see him signaling here. So just not close enough maybe to safely feel comfortable about going around Shredder there. I'm not sure, but race on. Agent Orange and Shredder in 5th and 4th place right now. And maybe a little bit of strategy play here. Or maybe that's just a signal light that wasn't meant to be on. That happens sometimes. We got Trone here in 6th place. Miguel still holding strong here in 7th. We got Nolander in 8th position here. And he's had a little bit of an up and down racer. He's had to fix some damage on that race car a couple of times. So our race leader coming into pit lane here, 42 seconds is that gap. We're going to have 11 and a little over, a little under of 12 minutes remaining left in this race. So it's going to be about by the time he comes out of pit lane, about 11-minute stint, a little more, depending if when they come across the start-finish line, they might get the extra lap, so call it a 12-minute stint for argument's sake. And I should just be able to go out there and send it. Come to share the love off the bed. Appreciate you, Scott. Appreciate you. Again, I do apologize for our early race technical difficulties. We didn't get live until about lap 8.5 of the race here, so we'll get that first part of the race to everybody here in the next 24 hours or so. Alright, so it is ATB coming out of pit lane. Where's Sticky? Sticky is about the same spot as he was last time, maybe a little bit further ahead of where ATB was coming out of pit lane here. And oh, this is going to be so close. Look how close this is. Sticky just squeezes ahead of ATB here, and the undercut doing the job there. So Sticky Bandit just making that work, and he pulls out about 2 car lengths ahead of ATB as the leader comes out of pit lane. So Sticky Bandit now leading this race on the final stint of this race here. Ginger 15 seconds in behind right now, and he's holding off Agent Orange. 1.2 seconds is the gap. We got Shredder here still in 5th position. We got Trone in 6th. I believe Shredder's trying to one-stop here. We'll see how that works out for him. We got Miguel in 7th. We got Nolander in 8th. And we got Mr. Lucky Alpha here in 9th position and closing in on Nolander as well. So, ooh, some late race battles. Late race battles. Alright, the gap, less than 3/4 of a second between Sticky Bandit and ATB here right now as we head into 10A and 10B, the chicane here at Road Atlanta. And boy, ATB is really pushing here. He's really pressing on Sticky right now. He's closing up a little more. 4/10 seconds to gap now and still coming down. So he is very, very deeply in that slipstream of that Lexus driver here right now. And oh yeah, here we go. Fast Ginger's just coming down the hill here right now as well. So, where is Orange? 2.2 seconds. So we got some spiciness happening here for podium before this race is over for sure. It is back up to 3/4 of a second here now as we head down the S's and back uphill to our double hairpin corner, or the chicken leg bone, I guess you can call it. I don't know. There's a name for the corner. I just don't know what it is right offhand. Alright, so it is definitely down between Sticky Bandit and ATB here today. Got Fast Ginger here in 3rd position. We have Agent Orange in 4th place. We have VPR Shredder in 5th. We have Trone Kobe here in 6th. We've got Miguel in 7th. We got Nolander in 8th. And we got Lucky Alpha here rounding out our field. 9th ATK, Death retired behind the wall early. Going to get a 10th place finish here on the day today as well. But it is Sticky Bandit leading the way, and he's opened up the gap, 1.3 seconds. So that's it. He's done messing around here. Now he's like, okay, you want me? Come get me. So ATB, he's like, all right, I guess I got to chase you down. 1.1 seconds. Big slide there as he just clipped that curb around that corner 12 there. And as we head into corner 1, it is 1.1 seconds between the race leader and second place. Fast Ginger is still holding out the charge of Agent Orange here in 4th position as well, and it is only 1.4 seconds to gap between those two drivers as well. We got VPI Shredder here in 5th, and we got Trone Kobe here in 6th, and he's holding very strong, but Miguel's coming 4.9 seconds in behind. Nolander, he's in 8th place, and Lucky Alpha is about 15 seconds in behind here, so got 2 or 3 little battles starting to try and develop here before the end of this race. Let's see how they all develop side by side. Out of the pits was wild. That was close. That was close. Alright, so it's 1.9 seconds now is that gap between 2nd and 1st place. So the Lexus starting to open up a little bit here on the 2nd place driver. Fast Ginger here, he's still holding strong at 16 seconds, but Agent Orange is very well in the fight here now. And sitting here in 4th place, he's starting to apply some pressure here. It's almost a car length now at this point between the Porsche and the McLaren driver. As we're heading into 10A and 10B, are we going to see something happen here? Let's see what happens. Very tricky corner. Ginger's got the clean air. Agent Orange has got to navigate behind a little bit there, so he's going to lose a little bit of front grip in a sense coming in behind that air pocket that McLaren's punching. And great job. Still a great battle here. Still 0.4 of a second. We're definitely going to sit on this for a minute as Fast Ginger is trying to hold off the charge of Agent Orange. There's not a lot of difference between the two racing cars as far as tires and fuels go either, so it is going to be down to let the best driver hold down P3 here, I think, as Fast Ginger is working hard here. He's opened the gap back up to 0.6 of a second, but he needs to try and break that slipstream now to try and shake Orange off a little bit here. Sticky Bandit and ATV, we're going to keep checking back and forth between these two little groups of cars here, but it's 1.6 seconds as well, so ATV gaining just a small amount there on Sticky Bandit in the mid part of that racetrack. So let's stick with ATV and Sticky Bandit here as we come through 10A and 10B and knock out the last couple corners of lap 32 here. With just under 6 minutes remaining, we're going to see about 4, maybe 5 more laps here today. .6 seconds, still that gap going into turn 1 is Ginger and Agent Orange. That gap is just barely 0.7 of a second between the 3rd and 4th place driver here as well as they come across the start finish line and coming into turn 1. It is fight on here as we head up into the S's. So uphill, hard left-hander, and then a quick or a blind right-hander here, the kink, I think they call that. And then right downhill into a hard set of S's. A little bit of a blind entry right here. You got to be very comfortable with your visual reference marker coming into that corner. You don't want to make a mistake. You're going to try to straight line those S's as much as possible for maximum speed through there too, but that does mean you need to take a little bit of curvy in order to make that happen, and it comes down to driver comfort. But here we go. It's going to be Agent Orange trying to get it done on the outside, coming into, I believe it's 8 and 9 here. Ooh, and he can't get it done. Ginger defends him off just hard enough, but boy, oh boy, it is close. 0.4 of a second. That Porsche in that slipstream, and it is battle on. Let's go see what's happening up front here real quick. 1.3 seconds now, the gap between our leaders here as well. 1st and 2nd place is Sticky Bandit and ATV, and I don't know which one to stay on. All right, Sticky Bandit here. I think we're going to go back to 3rd and 4th. This is a much closer battle here currently right now. 0.3 of a second separating this McLaren driver and the VPR driver. Oh, and we got some lap traffic now coming into the mix here as well, so things are about to get a little extra spicy here, and they are catching up to our 8th place driver, 9th place driver, Nolander. Nolander, he ain't getting involved. He pulls out of the way, right out of the final corner there, lets these guys have their fight, and he is going to tuck back on the racing line and continue on his way. That is a Class A blue flag move right there by Nolander, and very well aware of what was happening in behind him there. Boy, oh boy, what a good battle. But Ginger took a little bit of advantage there, and he opened up 4 more tenths of a second on Agent Orange. And if he can have a good sector here, he might be able to break the toe and maybe get just a tiny little bit of breathing room. No. Oh, wow, we've got a run on him there, and he is side by side. He got such a good run. He is going to get the spot. He's going to be a P3 here for Agent Orange, and that was a great run coming out of the S's up the hill. And he puts that Porsche up into third place, but Ginger is tucked right back in behind it. Boy, what a great battle these two are having here to finish off the night. Hey, we missed the first start of the race, but boy, oh boy, we're getting a doozy here at the end, let us tell you. Ooh, look at these two go. This isn't over yet. I don't think this is over yet. We got Sticky Bandit and ATB. It's 2.2 seconds of gap here. Sticky Bandit is on his horse right now. ATB, he's got to put the loud pedal down, and he's only got 3 minutes and 4, 3, 2, 1 left on the clock here. We've got Agent Orange in the third place, and he's now got to worry about the pressure from Ginger here in fourth position. And this is a great battle right now on the racetrack. We got Tro and Kobe sitting in fifth place. We got Miguel holding strong in sixth. We got Shredda in seventh. We got Lucky in eighth, and we got Nolander here in ninth position. Ooh, they got us on our toes here at the end of the race tonight. That is for sure. All right, Sticky Bandit, 2.4 seconds. As we are coming around the double hairpin here, so we're coming up that long back stretch, and when they come across that start finish line, it'll be 2 to go for our race leaders here. Agent Orange and Fast Ginger still battling here, and Orange just a little bit better out of that one sector, and it seems like that's where he keeps picking up his time here on Fast Ginger. And Ginger's just about out of the toe here, so he really needs to put that car in go motion here if he wants to try and get back around Orange for third place. We got Tro and Kobe here in fifth. We got Miguel in sixth. We got Shredda here in seventh. We got Alpha here now up in eighth. We got Nolander here in ninth. So just a damage plague day here, I think, for the BMW driver. And sometimes that's just the way it goes. A to B on the better tire now, and Sticky is pushing it hard. It doesn't seem to matter. The gap continues to open here on ATB. It's 2.5 seconds now, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but ATB seems to be struggling just a little bit here as Sticky Bandit just continues to open the lead up here now. So maybe a little mistake making. Maybe he's got some dirty tires there, and he's just got to losing the pace off in a couple of corners, but definitely scrubbed some speed over the last lap chasing down Sticky Bandit. Agent Orange here starting to break away from Ginger here as well, up in third place there. He's got that gap up to 1.5 seconds himself here as well. We've got Miguel here in sixth. We've got Shredda in seventh. We've got Lucky Alpha here in eighth. We've got Nolander here in ninth position. Whew. Am I losing my mind, chat? No, we're not. We're having fun. Race fatigue setting in for ATV. Could be. Could have just lost a little lapse of concentration there for a moment. So this is going to be the final time around here for Sticky Bandit. It's going to be the final lap for our race leader here in round 2. ATB is going to take his white flag here as he comes around as well. It's going to be Agent Orange 18 seconds down the road. He's going to get one more time around the racetrack here as well. And well, that could, well, I mean, he's got some heavy tire wear here on this Porsche. So it could be an opportunity here for Fast Ginger to get a one last lap push on him here, but the gap is pretty big now. 4.6 seconds as Ginger comes around. He's going to go on his white flag lap. Tro and Kobe coming through here. What's the time we're at? Tro and Kobe will maybe get a checkered flag here. Nope, he's going to get one more time around as well. So Miguel will be the first of our drivers to take the checkered flag here today, and it's going to be a 6th place finish for our Victory Pace Racing driver, Miguel Dizzle. Pretty well, I mean, good race result here. Good points for 6th place here in the series. We got VPR Shredda in his debut here coming around in 7th position as well. And he's got a nice little track limit penalty there that he's going to have to serve as he comes up the straightaway here, but it is what it is. Hey, GG Sticky. Hey, we appreciate you, Joshua. Appreciate you, my guy. I'll get a Discord invite into the server for you here in just a couple of minutes' time. In the pinned comments, pardon me. So it is Sticky Bandit coming around here. It's going to be a race win for THD. Sticky Bandit ATB is going to come around here. It's going to be a 2nd place finish for him. Agent Orange is going to come through here and take a 3rd place finish. 4.3 second gap there from Fast Ginger. Lucky Alpha is going to come through here, take an 8th place finish for himself as well when he comes across the line. So great job to him. And there it is, our 3rd place finisher, Agent Orange. Here this evening we got Fast Ginger coming in here in 4th place, and Tro and Kobe coming in hot in a 5th position. I believe Nolander just up in front of him there in 9th position there as well. Yes, I was correct. And there we go. That is our race finish. Boy, Tron Kobe was on fumes. He could not have got that fuel calculation any more spot on as he came across the line. That was it. There was 0% fuel in that racing McLaren. We all good, man. We can multitask. We can multitask. Alright, let's get some race results up on the screen here. Ooh. Replay save. Fantastic. Alright, so it is THG Sticky Bandit here in first place, ATB in second, Agent Orange in third, Fast Ginger in fourth, Tron Kobe in fifth, Miguel in sixth, Shredda in seventh, Alpha here in 8th. It's going to be Rad Nolander in 9th, and APK Death with a DNF here, car behind the wall with a disconnect on the racetrack here tonight for a 10th place finish. So, let's show you guys qualifying here real quick, shall we? Alright, so this was qualifying, chat. So during qualifying here, THG Sticky Bandit took the pole position with a 118.9. Hold on. I knew something wasn't right there. It was ATB took the pole position with a 118.358. Then it was THG Sticky Bandit in second place with a 118.6. Drone Kobe was right there with a 118.7, less than a tenth of a second away. Rad Nolander in fourth place with a 118.739, less than 4 100ths. 2 100ths behind Nolander was TT's Fast Ginger, and then it was a 4/10 of a second in behind was ATK Death. Miguel was just settling behind him by 2/10 in 7th place, and Agent Orange there was at a 19.3 just in behind him, so it was like splitting hairs with these drivers. Lucky Alpha there with a 19.4 and a 19.8 for Shredda as well in 10th place, so Shredda having a good finish here, 10th to 7th for that driver in his debut here as well. So congratulations to all of our drivers here tonight, and as I said, we'll get the first 9 missed laps up on the channels for everybody here, hopefully, tonight. Yes. We're still doing the interviews. Of course we're doing the interviews. Gotta do the interviews. Alright, just give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta actually go and jump in the booth myself. Didn't have time to get everything up on the stream here today. Alright, just bear with me here for a moment. Do that. Do this. And a Discord invite for our man. Alright. Let's go pop that up over on Facebook there as well while we're at it. Boop. Alright. Alright. We're in the right spot. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. We have all the drivers already waiting for their interviews here too as well. Congrats, Sticky, ATB, Orange, awesome battles. GG Nolander, no quit, great race. Hey, that's all right. We'll have it up on the YouTube channel for everybody. Like I said, hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow, for sure. So everybody can catch up on what we missed while our technical crew was sorting out the issue here. You know it. You know it's interview time. You know it. All right. Well, let's go check on that. We got 1, 2, and 3. Look at that. They're all up in the house here. So That is a beautiful thing. Let's go talk to some drivers here. Let's see what they have to say about how their race was here today. Yeah, no worries, Joshua. We appreciate you. All right, so I'm just going to turn some audios on. We're going to click some buttons here real quick, and then we're going to talk to our third place driver, the VPR driver, Agent Orange. So coming in here this season with the Porsche 911 RSR, and came in with a very, very strong performance here tonight. Great battling with TT's Fast Ginger here, and just edging him out there with about 6-7 minutes remaining left in the race. So congratulations on an absolutely spectacular drive here. Great battle between you and Fast Ginger for that final podium position here at the end of the race, and let us know how it went for you here tonight.
Hey, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for for this race. I was having some PTSD last night for on this track because I couldn't nail my breaking points and everything like that. But good thing I managed to stay in the battle. Kudos to Fast Ginger. He's a clean driver, and yeah, everything is good. I'm so excited for the third place.
Absolutely. And is this your first ever league you're competing in, or is it just the first time here over in Roving Island?
First time in Roving Island.
Correct. VPR is a very deep team, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't even know all the drivers still, I don't think yet. But well, I believe that's your first podium finish here this season in the Roving Islands. So I mean, it's a tough field out there. I mean, last week at Brands Hatch, you guys had some incredible races through Sprint Race 1 and 2, and really it just kind of developed into much of the same thing here. A little more of a settled race out with endurance race. Everybody settled into their paces and their strategies, got a little bit spread out, but boy, did these drivers make it exciting at the end of the race as well. Those strategies started to pay off. So let's talk about the chase. I mean, you were chasing Fast Ginger for a large part of the race. You were managing a pretty close gap for the entirety of the race, and then we made that second pit stop. We go to approach that final stint, and you just decided, you know what, this is where I'm gonna get him. I feel like I'm gaining time here, and made a bold move, made it stick, and got the spot, and didn't look back. So, talk to us about the charge, and you know what you're thinking as you're driving and chasing a driver like that in such close proximity.
Yeah. As I got out of the pits, Shredder, my teammate, was in front of me, and Fast Ginger was in front of him actually. So, but I feel like I have more pace. No disrespect with to Shredder, but I think that on this track I have more pace than him. So I just took the initiative to, to take it upon myself to. Charge Fast Ginger. And, after the SS, it's like turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn 6, going to the left. I feel like I'm exiting with more pace there, and that's when I, took the lead from him. It was a very exciting chase versus Fast Ginger. I was thinking the whole time Ginger versus Orange, and it's a funny narrative, but yeah, kudos to everyone in the podium, especially Guardian and Sticky Bandit. But yeah, that's about it.
And it was a great race for sure. And I guess with that being said, any final remarks you want to throw in on your race, and any shout outs and thank yous you want to send out there?
Yeah, I want to thank you for and also DDOT Racing for holding this event. And also I want to thank my boys in the back in the VPR pit. Shout out to Yak, to what do you call that, Chip, and everybody, Mert, Matt, everybody. It's too long. We have plenty of players in VPR. So yeah, thank you for pushing for to be a better driver every day. Thanks, guys.
That's absolutely beautiful. We appreciate that. But nonetheless, great drive from you here tonight. And well,
Thank you.
hopefully not the last of the podium finishes here this season. Definitely lots of opportunities just for these drivers to step up onto that ever so elusive 3 steps at the end of a race. But it is Agent Orange here finding the bottom one here tonight. And well, good start to early part of his season. And Mount Panorama next week. How do you feel about the mountain?
I have a love-hate relationship with Mount Panorama, but as I do with each and every race, I just take my time, know my breaking points, and just keep practicing. But yeah, I'm excited to battle again with Fast Ginger there. Looking forward to the Mount Panorama race. Thanks again.
Cheers, and have yourself a fantastic evening. And again, congratulations on a great race here this evening.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Bye bye.
Congratulations, Orange. Yeah, the fans were pumping, that's for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's talk to Apex Sim Racing's Guardian, as it is, of course, in the server, but it is ATB on screen here. So he had absolutely incredible pace here today. He was our pole sitter after qualifying, and that was a pretty spicy qualifying run. I'm sad that we weren't able to get that to you live here tonight, but got a great race start and had some very good battling very early on with THG Sticky Bandit. Right out the bat, these two were at each other for that lead of the race, and well, not much change throughout the whole duration of the race. So I mean, you got a nice, good, clean start, and really your fight was with that THG driver here, that Lexus driver, all night long. So talk us through your race today, and tell the fans what it was like battling such a closely paced driver with yourself, such a Sticky Bandit.
Yeah, I was, I wouldn't say surprised that I got it on pole. I didn't think I was getting that good of a last lap, but when I hit it, I was like, all right, this will change up my initial strategy, and I knew I could get a good launch because that's been something I've been working at and kind of get the little nuances with the GTR to get a launch. Um, yeah, and it was a battle all night. I knew strategy was going to be the key. I did too much adjusting on the fly from strategies that I had been running in down pat, and that that was literally, I would say, not the reason, but I put what 3.5 laps too much fuel in the car because I was trying to do calculations real quick, and before I knew it, I was like, oh, it's too much fuel, and literally if I would have gotten the pits a second earlier, would have been ahead of Bandit, and we probably would have had a battle. Who knows how that would have finished? But right as it came out, I was like, oh, he's right there. Gotta go.
Absolutely, and I mean, it was a side-by-side battle right there too, as you're coming out of the pit lane there for that second pit stop, and even with the pace he had, he was showing there in that second stint, I think I don't think you're wrong. I think that might have come down to maybe a final 3, 4, 5 minute battle of the race for the race lead at the pace you seem to have been moving in that final stint there, but. Of course, you switch position, anything can happen. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen. But both you drivers showing an absolutely incredible pace. You just kind of drove away from the pack and just kind of had a battle for the lead between the two of you here this week, that's for sure. But some great battling for that third and fourth place position and behind you during that great final push from both you drivers as well. But due to the miscalculation, I guess the fuel. I mean, you didn't run out of fuel this time. I mean, we've seen you run out of fuel a few times here in the league races over the seasons as well. So I mean, I guess that's a plus, but. It's still early in the season, and the drivers put a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of practice in on the racetracks throughout the week to get ready for this and strategies. And the only issue with that is, I mean, you can have a dead set in your mind that, no, that's my strategy, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to play, and that's just how it's going to go down. The race starts, and everything changes at the drop of a hat, a tire spin. Driver in the middle of the pack goes sideways all of a sudden around a corner, and it changes everything. So, I mean, how do you handle those situations as well? You had a little bit of blue flag traffic there as well, a lot of open space on the racetrack tonight, missing some of the field here, but overall pretty happy with how the race went tonight.
Yeah, I can't complain too much. I was kind of catching up with some of the back of the pack, towards like the ending beginning of stints. but yeah, I think that was just the biggest thing, since I, wasn't running in the pack, at the start of the race, and I had, some practice with it, um, during the week, but not too much. Was I think some dirty air, was catching me out when I was trying to push there at the end, and that let me kind of get some understeer and oversteer, and just kind of wasn't used to that for the 45 other minutes, and just kind of got me out of my groove. But yeah, it was a heck of a race, and yeah, I mean, big props to Sticky for keeping his pace up. I mean, yeah, so we both were, um, you know, kind of going at it even in qualifying. So I knew it was gonna, come down to just the little things here and there, and like you said, just literal feet, inches, seconds, whatever, however you want to define it. But yeah, that was the difference between P1 and P2, I think, this week.
Absolutely. And I mean, the racing, you could practice all you want. You can have the best tuned setup race car on the track. But I mean, at the end of the day, it still comes down to the individual sitting behind the wheel of that race car, and pit strategy, of course, and a little tiny bit of luck as well on the racetrack. But overall, I mean, great racing from you. Showed incredible pace here tonight, and that's obviously going to put the rest of the class on alert. Going, okay, we got to watch out for this guy here. He had a real good race at Road Atlanta. You had some good racing over in Brands Hatch there as well. So pretty good start to the season. We head to Mount Panorama, pardon me, Bathurst next week, and we got 2 sprint race set up next week. So that really changes kind of how you have to approach the mountain as well, having a 15 or a 20-minute sprint race followed up by a 30 or 40-minute sprint race right in behind it with reverse grid. I guess, how do you now start to prepare for the Battle of the Mountain in Australia next week?
I mean, first off, look out for kangaroos and UFOs on the side of the track. Got to look out for that always. But B, my biggest thing that I have struggled with since GT Sport days is the run down the mountain. I can you know, make it pretty good, coming out of the, what hell corner they call the first, the first corner, and, even getting up the mountain, I'm pretty good, but it's just something right at the top of the mountain. Like I just have never been able to crack it. I mean, I'm gonna, practice and watch, do as much research and, open times as they'll let me. But yeah, that's just the only thing. Not worried, but just something I got to work on. But yeah, it should be interesting, especially with the reverse grid, just because I can know it can get pretty pretty tight going up the mountain with just cement barriers being on your left and right.
Absolutely, and well, yeah, the mountain can make any driver pay just for the smallest of mistakes, but that's in 7 days' time from now, ladies and gentlemen. So again, great racing from you. A great second place finish here, and just continuing a good charge here so far early on in the season. And I do start to predict a pretty brilliant battle, I think, between Sticky Bandit and ATB here throughout the season. If the start of the season has been any indication of so, anyways. But any final remarks and any shout outs and thank yous you want to toss out there?
Yeah, just want to give shout outs and congrats to everyone, to well, everyone for putting on a good race, and all the battles, and especially my fellow podium finishers as well. And but yeah, important shout outs is everyone at the Apex garage, getting me kind of prepared, and practicing with the top guys, trying to keep up with them kind of always helps. Um, and yeah, and just everyone back at home, especially Nora, getting some good naps in this week, so Dad can get on track for a little bit during the day. Um, but yeah, just the kind of the support of everyone, and just and also you, Ghost, and all the administrators, volunteering their time to be able to put this on every week.
Absolutely, and as always, well said. And well, I guess until the next time, it could be once, it could be twice that we speak with ATV next week down in Mount Panorama in Australia. But we'll have to tune in next Wednesday evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time to find that out. We appreciate the great racing on track as always, and we're gonna let you get back to that Apex Clubhouse and go celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
You betcha, and have yourself a great evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 down, so you know what that means. We always got to save the winner for last. That's right, standing on the biggest step, the tallest step on the podium, the one that the drivers got to work to step on, is THG Sticky Bandit, coming from the Humble Guys Racing Team here, and had an absolutely fantastic race here this evening, and it put pressure on ATV all through qualifying, battling back and forth for that pole position. And then it came to race time, and like I said, these two, it was like they had a personal vendetta here tonight against each other on which one of these two cars was going to come across the line first, but it was Sticky Bandit bringing that Lexus through first here tonight. Had a little bit of a rough start in round one, but boy, oh boy, you sure looked real ready tonight and really, really sharp there on the racetrack. So congratulations on the win here tonight, and talk us through your race tonight, my guy.
Oh yeah, it was really good. I wanted to have a little bit of redemption from last week for sure. I was in that big pack of like 6 cars. I caught the curb, spun the car, put it into the wall, and I couldn't re-enter, of course, until everybody went by. So that was kind of my race done. But that that was still fun. But coming here, I was also practicing with some pros. And just trying to keep up, stay fast. I didn't want to over practice because, like you said, you can practice for forever and then you get spun out or something happens, so it's a little bit disappointing. So I just kind of reeled that back a bit, but I just wanted to keep it on track, stay consistent, and I managed to pull it out. It was quite the race there. I think the first stint I was on mediums, and I don't know if ATV was on softs because he was pulling away, and then I switched to the softs and I reeled him in, and I reeled him in all the way from 6 or 7 seconds to 2, but I couldn't quite catch him, and then I guess just a bit of an undercut on the last stop, and managed to get by him and held it out. Luckily, it was really fun, really tight racing.
Absolutely, and I can confirm he did start on the soft tire when you started on the medium tire, and then when that first round of pit stops came, you both of you actually reversed your tire roll, so you were chasing him down on that on the better compound there, and then it was all on in the second stint. Both you guys popped on those soft tires, and well, just provided a great battle all the way to the end of the race. But yeah, like I said, it was a pretty uneventful race for yourself, and of course, the second place driver. You had a small amount of back markers, lap traffic you had to navigate around from what we could see on the broadcast for what we caught of the broadcast tonight. Anyways, it seems like the blue flag cars reacted quite quickly and made sure not to interfere with those battles you guys were having up front. Was that the case? What we think we were seeing there tonight as well?
Yeah, it turned out good. Luckily, I caught one of I think it was Lucky Alpha, and they had a penalty, so they had to slow down, and that made it easy for me to rip by. They didn't hold me up at all. And then another yellow flag, blue flag combo. He was on the side of the track, completely out of the way, no problem at all. And managed to go by cleanly. It was good.
Absolutely, and we did see a case where our third and fourth place drivers, Fast Ginger and Orange, were coming around. I believe it was our eighth place driver, Nolander, and he came out of the final corner and just absolutely just right up against pit wall there and let those two continue on as they were literally nose to tail battling for that position as they were coming up to him there. So, week one was over. Everybody's kind of getting those preseason jitters out of the way. You're feeling a little more comfortable with the car selection now. You've gotten a little bit more time behind the seat. You've gotten an idea, of course, of the pace of the drivers that you're competing against this season, and a little bit on their driving styles and their racing craft styles. So, is that what it is now? Is that what we're going to start seeing here now, especially as we start moving into the middle part of the season here, the early middle part of the season? We're going to start seeing that comfort factor start to settle in, and we're going to start seeing guys take a little more chances, maybe push that car into a battle where maybe we wouldn't see it in the first couple of rounds.
Oh, possibly. I mean, the whole field's fast, so I just try and keep my head down, keep it clean, race as fast as I can, and get around when you can, or stick behind when there's no chance of passing, because I don't want to mess up somebody else's drive just for a dive bomb or something silly. I definitely try and keep it respectful and clean for everybody else. It makes it fun and enjoyable for everybody.
Absolutely, and I guess what I meant by that was, we're seeing some tentative driving right now, some calm, patient driving from the drivers, where there is a full lane there for a driver to put up into a corner there, and they're just choosing to just kind of sit tight right now. So, I really do think that, as of course the season continues to progress here, these drivers start to get comfortable with each other and they get more comfortable with the braking points of each driver. I really do think that we're going to start seeing those accidental doors left open start to get drove through very quickly, and I think we're going to start seeing some great side by side battling as this season progresses as well. And again, just because the drivers are starting to get familiar with each other. But tonight you had the pace, and only really had one driver to worry about, and boy, it was a run right to the checkered flag there. Were you at any point worried about the tire advantage, or you did, like you said, you pit, I think it was about a lap or 2 laps earlier than ATB. Did that concern ever cross your mind while he was trying to chase you down there in about the last 5 minutes?
Sorry, you confused me with that question.
Myself sometimes. Near the end of the race, with about 5 6 minutes left, you guys are both on the soft tires, but you undercut him a little bit. I think it was a 2 lap undercut there because ATB stayed out an extra lap. Was that kind of in the back of your mind as you were going around the track in the last 5 minutes, that you had a couple older lap tires underneath your race car? Oh, is my computer acting up again? Oh, we lost Sticky for a second. Share that. If we do this, we gotta do this. All right, we're still having technical difficulties here at Road Atlanta. It has been 2 out of 3 races this week. We've been having some technical faux pas here within our interviews and our broadcasting here this week, but we do appreciate everybody for hanging out. He's still there, I can hear him, but it's just not solid at the moment. But he had a great race, didn't he, Chad? Sticky Bandit, ATB. I mean, that was a great battle in between the two there, and I know as a racer, it's tough fighting. You've been spent a lot of time chasing the driver all race long. You finally make it happen. You got 15, 12 minutes remaining left in your race, and you got all you can see is those headlights in your rearview mirror. You've got a lap or two extra wear and tear on those tires. That, to me, that would cross my mind for a split second or two for sure. But would it affect my race? Most likely not. But we could almost hear him there. We almost got you back.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, fantastic. So we were just explaining to the chat. I was just to put myself in your shoes in that situation there for a minute. But you have two lap older soft tires in that final stint. Did that ever cross your mind in that final 12 13 minute battle?
Well, as soon as I checked the clock, I think I had like 9 minutes left, and I just wanted to bring it back home. I don't get me wrong, I was watching the gap every time I got into the straightaway. I'd peek up and see where I was. I was trying to manage it and hold them off, and like I said, just stuck to my plan and kept my head down and raced hard.
Race hard you did, and race fast you did here today as well. And we knew that Sticky Bandit is a great racer. We've been privileged to watch him race with other great racers in other great leagues and divisions in other areas of the Gran Turismo 7 platform too. So it's glad to see you right back into form. Actually, to be honest, I was a little sad to see you have such a rough start to the season, but you're definitely looking like you settled right back into season form here again, and just a really great drive from you here tonight. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to let you have the floor here. Any final remarks you want to throw out there on the race tonight, and any shout outs and thank yous before we shut everything down here this evening?
Yeah, definitely lots of thank yous. Thanks to D-Dot Racing out of the UK bringing us this series, letting us run it as well. Thank you to you, GT45 Gaming, Miss Devious, all the behind the scenes crew, uh, all the fans watching. Thanks for watching. Hope we made it fun for you guys. I got some boys in Alberta, Mr. Longlegs, Stone Cold Willie, and Stoppy, my online buddies. Of course, THG, Core GT35, and Trone. Congratulations to P5. He had a great race, my teammate there. And of course, did I say GTR Simulator is my sponsor? And thanks to my wife and my daughter. They're the best.
Absolutely, and saving the best two for last for sure. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Always got to thank the lovely family at home that shows these drivers support. I know we're not on the track, we're not really racing in real life, and we're not, don't have the big show, and you have the whole family gathering together around the race car. But it's not a whole lot different. These drivers still got to take time away from their families, from their children, from their wives, from their husbands, and well, essentially get into a race car by the time we get in behind all of our equipment to do this. So it's always we always love to hear the families get that big love. So we appreciate you, and again, congratulations on what I can only assume is not your first win on the season. I wouldn't be shocked to see Sticky Bandit standing on top of the podium here yet again this season. But we head to Bathurst. How do you feel about Bathurst next week?
Ooh, that's a track and a half, that's for sure. I mean, I was definitely kind of expecting, working on thinking about getting a podium tonight. And had pace with you guys. Next week, that's a whole nother story. That track is a handful and a half. I'll try to do a little bit of practice, see what kind of lap times I can get. But I'm not expecting too much, that's for sure. But we'll see how she goes. Just one quick shout out to Apex Racing, Larry Birch. Yeah, they did a bit of practicing with that pro, so that helped me out. Thanks for that.
Ooh, there we go. Beating out his
Hopefully
teammate too. Even better. I like that. But nonetheless, and we do say that all the time on the broadcast too. The drivers all practice together. It doesn't matter what class it is that they're from. If there's a spot on the racetrack and there's some practice going on, there's a good chance that you're going to see our AMs and our pro-ams and our pros all on the track together, and you'll see them in radio communication with each other as well. And then that's exactly what they're doing. They're out there giving tips, tricks, pointers. For the guys that are driving same manufacturer cars, they might be giving little tips and quirks about that particular car to a driver, stuff like that. And that's what provides us with such good racing week in and week out, because a driver is a family and behind the scenes, and they do help each other. But on the racetrack, I assure you, those gloves come off. But nonetheless, congratulations, man. Huge race tonight, big win, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon in the near future this season.
Thanks again. Thanks for everything. You have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Cheers. All right, chat. We dragged those interviews out for as long as we could just because I feel so bad we missed the early part of the race. But you know what? Thanks to the drivers for hanging out there with me and answering. Well, sometimes we throw some tough questions at the drivers, and man, they are always up to the task to answer those tough questions. So kudos to the drivers. That was a great race. Like I said, we'll get the first part of the race that was missed due to our technical difficulties up on the channels for everybody, so you guys can catch the beginning of the race as well. I assure you, it was just as exciting as the finish of this race was. And then of course we'll follow up with our all three classes. We'll have those highlight videos up throughout the week here on the YouTube channel as well, so definitely keep your eye over on the YouTube. If you're not following the YouTube, you're gonna miss out on all the great videos, all the highlight moments, all the worst highlight moments. That's right, we throw the crashes in there too, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have a racing video without some faux pas. And we just try to capture all the best and greatest moments in every division and every race that we can for everybody just to enjoy. And we throw a little bit of music to it and just let you just kind of soak it all in. But we'll be putting out a little bit of an extra special video again. Week 2 in a row, the pro-ams are going to get a special video. But this one not just due to an absolutely insane battle like we've seen in Brands Hatch last week. This one just due to Road Atlanta, and then we're having a little bit of production issues. We a little bit of ghosts, I guess, in the wiring from last night leaking into today. So again, I just want to say thanks to all the technical support staff and behind the scenes getting everything done. At least we got on here tonight at some point. Still got you guys as much of this race as we could, and the best part, we still got to talk to our drivers at the end of the night. So it's been a great start to the Pro-Am class this season, and boy oh boy, it was a great week of racing overall. I mean, to recap the whole week as a whole, as an organizer, as a host, as a broadcaster, as administration staff, as stewards, and everybody in behind the scenes that keeps the gears greased to keep these things moving from week to week. A dream week of racing here from our Roving Island World Tour 2 drivers. I mean, 42 drivers currently right now qualified into the season, and they are not disappointing. They have come prepared to race and fight and battle, and man, has been a lot of fun to watch, that's for sure. But we are going to send you off with last week's Pro-Am highlight video before we do go tonight. It's a long video, it's like 8 minutes long, so enjoy the 8-minute video, and we're going to send you out with a little bit of tunes to finish off tonight. we'll go see if we can find one of our favorite community members streaming right now. We'll go toss them a little raid, maybe go show them a little love. Hey, Winner Circle, that's what we try to do. And stay tuned. Like I said, Facebook and YouTube will have the first 9 laps put on both channels. So depending on what your poison is for your viewing pleasure for the content, it should be available on both those channels for everybody to view. And then again, all the highlight videos and any extra content like that ends up over on the YouTube channel, as we're trying to build our YouTube channel up here as well. So we do appreciate everybody. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us, even though we were super late on our broadcast tonight. But you know what? That's all right, because racing is racing, and we love to watch, we love to have fun, and man, the racers did not disappoint as usual. We appreciate our racers. And again, this is presented by D.Racing DDR, partnered with DMJ Vroom Room and LWR Designs as well. So much love to all the great groups up there in the UK that keep providing us with such great series to race in here in North America. The drivers are absolutely loving it, and it shows on the racetrack. But congratulations to THG Sticky Bandit for the win here tonight, Apex Sim Racing's ATB, and VPR Agent Orange for our top 3 here tonight. And congratulations to all our drivers. There was no driver of the day vote put up tonight due to our technical difficulties. You didn't really have a whole lot to vote on, so we're going to do a double vote in next week's broadcast for our Pro-Am class only. We will do a Sprint Race 1 and a Sprint Race 2 driver of the day vote. 2 DODs coming up for us here next week. We appreciate y'all. Remember, you all matter, and stay witting, and I hope you all enjoy last week's highlights, because this one really is a doozy.